lovelies, welcome back. It's your girl Katie here, and today's video is going to be a chatty get ready with me / trying out new products. These aren't new launches or anything, but these are products that I've recently picked up and just haven't gotten around to trying yet. So I thought, why not do that with you guys today? So that is what I'm going to be doing today. So let's just go ahead and get started. Alright, so I already have my base on. I didn't have any new foundations or any base products, so my face is already prepped and ready. So I'm just going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. Alright, so the first product that I'm going to be trying out is this product that I picked up from Walmart. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Coffee Bronzer. Now, I do believe this one is a new release. They came out with these different bronzers that are like coffee themed. But here is what it looks like. It looks like a latte. It's very cute. First off, it smells great. It smells just like coffee, which is crazy. How do they do that? I don't know. Anyways, it does look like it has a little bit of I wouldn't say shimmer, just glow to it. So curious how this is going to perform. So I'm going to try out this first. Alright, so I'm just going to go in with the brush now. It's crazy. It smells just like coffee. I smell like I have a cup of coffee in my hand. Wow. I feel like it looks way more intense on camera than it is in person. I don't know, I feel like the camera's picking it up a lot better than how it looks in person. It's just very light. I am kind of hoping the smell doesn't linger because it is very strong smell. And it honestly looks like the print is kind of rubbing off, so I don't know if that was just the design of the product and that it's not actually like that throughout the whole thing. Alright, so that is on. I think it looks pretty nice. Yeah, like I said, I think that's just the design on there that looks like it's going to rub off and that it's just going to be the brown color. So I think that was just for packaging purposes that they drew that on there. It's really cute. I did really like it when it looked like that. But the actual bronzer went on really well. It reminds me a lot of their butter bronzer. I can't say the shade is a lot different than the butter bronzer. It really just reminds me a lot of the butter bronzer. But yeah, definitely pretty good. I like it. I'm going to continue using it. That's really all I have to say. It didn't make my face look too glowy, I don't think. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good product. Like I said, it reminds me of their butter bronzers, so I don't really see a difference. The only thing is the smell of it and the packaging. Alright, so for blush, I recently picked up this BH Vanilla Strawberry Truffle blush palette from TJ Maxx. And I've never tried BH's blushes, so I'm pretty curious. This one does have a slight smell as well, so I'm just going to try this out. I hope it's not been discontinued. I honestly don't keep up with products that have been discontinued or anything, so apologies if this has been. Like I said, I picked it up at TJ Maxx, so but I'm just going to go into these two bottom shades. I think I'm going to mix them. That one looks really, really bright. It's kind of intimidating. So yeah, they don't have shade names, but just the two bottom ones. There's quite a bit of kick up. Oh, it does smell like strawberries. At first I didn't pick it up too much, but now that I'm applying it on my face, I can smell strawberries. It reminds me of those strawberry shortcake dolls or something. Do you remember those back in the day where they smelled whatever their character was, strawberry shortcake, or I don't remember all the names, but you know what I'm talking about, where they smelled like whatever they were. But that is a very pretty color. Alright, now that I'm all flushed, let me add a little to my nose. Alright, so I do like this. I think I will probably pick up more of their products because I haven't really tried much from BH. I think I have a palette, but I've not even used that yet, so yeah, pretty impressed. I like how it looks. And they always come out with some pretty cute stuff. I just haven't gotten around to buying from the brand. Alright, and then I have a highlighter here from Soul Body, which is ColourPop's sister brand, or whatever you want to call it. So I picked up one of their highlighters because I saw that they had body highlighters. This is technically like a shimmering body powder, but I wanted to try it as a highlighter, and I picked up in the shade Platinum. The only thing I don't like is this darn packaging. This is so hard to open. I wish they would change the packaging to where it's easier to open, because it can be pretty difficult, but here is what the product looks like. Now, I did notice that I didn't really read that it said shimmering body. I knew it was for your body, but I didn't see the shimmering part, so it does look pretty shimmery. There you go. It's kind of blinding, but I'm going to try it out today. I've seen like pictures of people wearing it, and it looks really pretty, so that's what kind of sold me. Oh, I guess I should be talking. I've not really been talking. I've just been going through the products. Yeah, I'll talk whenever I do the palette part, because I feel like that's a good time to talk. Anyways, I'm just going to go in with the highlighter now. I'd say it's definitely not as glowy as I thought it was going to be. Like, I could definitely see the shimmer. I guess now it's kind of building up. But I can see the shimmer on my face, which is not horrible. Yeah, you kind of have to build it up to that beam. But like I said, the shimmer you can definitely see. I was hoping it was just like the top layer, but I don't think it is. I don't know, it's not my favorite highlighter from ColourPop. It's not horrible, but yeah, I could just definitely see the sparkles. But I just wanted to try it, so not my favorite, but if you like sparkles, I think you'll like this one, because you definitely can see it. You probably can't see it from the camera, but from especially on this side, it's just sparkles or glitter. Alright, so now for the palette that I'm going to be trying out. I recently picked this up from 21 Days of Beauty with Ulta, and that is the Too Faced Born This Way Natural Nudes. I've been wanting this palette for a really long time, but just didn't want to pay the full price, so when I saw it on sale, I rushed over to get one. So anyways, I'm just going to come up with a look. I'm probably going to go in with this nude shade first, just to use as my transition shade. Alright, so what have I been up to recently? I don't have like a ton to report. I do have a couple things to talk about, just I guess like a life update. I think the biggest one is, the biggest thing that has happened to me recently is, for those of you who may or may not know, I just did recently move. Well, it's not recent. I've been here for about a year now. But anyways, I moved out into the country, so that's been a nice adjustment. But anyways, the reason why I mentioned that is I was coming home the other day with my sister. She was staying the night with me. I had just gone and done errands in town, and I was headed home. She was staying the night with me, and on my way home, so I live up like on back roads, like not in the country, not like super out in the boonies, but you know, not real close to town either. Anyways, on my way home, me and my sister are. So I'm driving, and I notice this smaller dog, like, walking down the road. And it's pretty uncommon to see a small dog just walking down the road. I've seen bigger dogs. Sometimes we have bigger dogs that kind of roam around. So it's not uncommon to see big dogs walking about. But smaller dogs, definitely uncommon. So I stopped because it looked really hot, and I was like, whose dog are you? Like, where do you belong? Where did you come from? And I stopped, and my sister and I got out because it was just wandering down the road. And there wasn't really there's houses nearby, but not really close. And the dog was walking away from the houses that I saw close by. So usually if a dog's out, he's usually going back home or doesn't usually wander that far from their houses from what I've seen. And this dog looked lost. Like, didn't look like she knew where she was going. So right off the bat, I kind of had suspicions. I suspected that she had been dumped because that's really not uncommon, especially living out in the country, like with back roads and things, that people would go and dump their dogs. Like around where I live, it's pretty common to find dogs. So I kind of already suspected. I kind of drove around, so I went ahead and picked her up and brought her into my car because it was really hot and she looked pretty exhausted and wasn't really walking the best on the road. And so me and my sister, we kind of coaxed her to come close. She wasn't like aggressive or anything, but she was kind of like hesitant, kind of like not really trusting, which is pretty common whenever you find a stray dog. But anyways, we did finally get her. I tried to give her some water, but she was just kind of, I think, kind of frightened and things. So anyways, I picked her up and I did kind of drive around the area to try to see if anybody was looking for a dog. I didn't see anybody, so I took her home with me because I wasn't going to just leave her on the side of the road. So after examining her and things, kind of noticed that she kind of looked like she'd been neglected a bit. Like her nails were so long and gross, like it was making it hard for her to walk. So I immediately gave her some food and water because, like I said, she looked kind of dehydrated. Not like dangerously dehydrated, but she was panting a lot because it was hot that day. And I gave her water and food, and I made a post on our local, there's a Facebook group for the area that I live in. I made a post that I had found a small dog in the area. I mentioned the area I'd found her, was anybody missing a dog kind of thing, and waited for about 5 days after I found her and wasn't getting any hits or anything. And when I did find her, she didn't have a collar or anything, which also makes me think that she had been abandoned because predominantly people around here have collars on their dogs. At least the small ones. Maybe not the big dogs, because big dogs usually rip their collars off, but small dogs, people usually keep collars on. So anyways, time has passed. I still have her to this day. It's been about over a week since I found her, and nobody's come forth claiming their dog. I didn't put posters up, but I've been keeping an eye on the area that I found her, looking for people if they put up posters or anything. I took her to the vet, and they did the microchip thing, and they didn't find anything. So I'm pretty certain now that she was dumped. So I've just been taking care of her. She's our new addition to the family. I named her Wanda because she's an older dog, definitely. I think when I took her to the vet, they estimated that she was around 11 years old. I kind of wonder if she's a little bit older just from, I don't know, the way that she acts, and also she is completely deaf. She's completely deaf. Alright, so I put that shade down, worked out really well. So, what do I want to do next? So next shade I'm going to go into is Cocoa, and I'm just going to buff that out on the crease. So it's been a slow process getting kind of her to get used to us. Like, another reason why I think she's super old is she will just wander in the house. That's why I named her Wanda, is because she will just wander through the house, just like consistently, just like pacing. And at first I thought it was just because she was nervous, because it's a new place, new people, she doesn't know where she is. I don't know, she just wanders through the house. I don't know why. It may just be an old age thing for her. But like I said, she is deaf, so it's been kind of harder to... I feel like that makes it harder to build trust because, like, she can't hear me talking and things. I can only do, like, motions to her, and she doesn't really quite pick up on that. So, like, telling her to come here, I'd be like, come here, or, I try to communicate with her that way, but she's just kind of in her own zone sometimes. She's this pretty sweet dog. But I kind of wondered if, unfortunately, if her previous, I don't even know where she came from, if they were a bit maybe abusive to her. Like, she's very hesitant to touch. Like, I have to be very careful. But that also might be because she can't hear me, so she may get jumpy because she didn't hear me reach out for her or something, you know, unless she, like, sees me reaching out for her. If I, like, pat her on her, like, try to get her attention to tap her on her back or something to, but she's getting better about it. Like, at first she would just kind of run away if I reached out for her, but now she kind of lets me pet her and things, or sometimes she'll come up to me to let her, to, I guess, ask for pets, because if I'm petting my other dog, she'll come up to me and want to be pet as well. I think she might be a bit forgetful, because like I said, sometimes it seems like she doesn't really recognize her surroundings, or she doesn't, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure her out. Like I said, I've only had her for a week, so it's just been a process. She does seem to be pretty well, like, potty trained. Like, she's had a couple of accidents, but for the most part, I just have to keep an eye on her, and, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, when she needs to go out. Like, usually, it's hard to tell, because, like, she wanders a lot. So sometimes when she's wandering, I think it's because she needs to go to the bathroom, and other times it's just, like, she's just walking around. So I just try to make a schedule to, like, usually she sleeps a lot, and that's why I think she's also old. She sleeps a ton. But she is pretty, like, her balance is not the greatest. She'll fall sometimes when she's, like, walking and she trips over her own feet or something, or sometimes her depth judgment or perception is not very good. Like, she can jump up on stuff, but I have a deck out by my back door or side door next to my room, and I have to help her down the stairs. But she can get back up on the deck pretty well, but sometimes she'll jump too soon and kind of fall back off the deck. So she's just very, I can't tell if she's just very clumsy, or again, if it's due to her age. But anyways, I took her to the vet. I got them to do, like, this wellness package on her, where they gave her her parvo booster shot, and then they gave her her rabies shot, and then they also did, like, a fecal matter analysis kind of thing, where they, like, check for worms, because I wanted to make sure she didn't have worms, because she was, and still is, pretty skinny. Like, I think a little unhealthy skinny. Of course, I'm comparing her to my dog. My dog's a bit fat. I've been trying to help him lose weight. I put him on the diet and stuff, but he's just not losing the weight. And I think it's also because we got him fixed, and that can also, he doesn't burn fat very fast anymore. So compared to her, compared to him, she's a stick. Like, my dog's pretty fat, and I know he is, and I've tried helping him, but at this point I'm just kind of accepting it, that as long as I keep him on his diet, trying to only give him small portions, and I try to take him on walks, I can't really do much else. But anyways, but I could feel, like, her spine and things, that she just felt really skinny, so I'm trying to get her back to a healthy weight. Alright, so now I'm just going to go in with this shade over here called Truffle, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer corners. So anyways, took her to the vet. They said that she didn't have worms or anything, thankfully. They were kind of concerned that she had, like, I don't know if it's called a kidney stone, but some kind of, like, crystals in her bladder, because I did say she urinated frequently, but I think it also might be because I just take her out and try to make sure that she goes potty, because, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out her, like, bathroom schedule. So I think she, like, if I take her out, she just goes and tries to pee, just because she's like, okay, I'm outside, I need to do my business kind of thing. Not necessarily because she feels the need to do it, but because she's like, outside means go to the bathroom. So I did mention that she urinated frequently, because she does, but like I said, I think it's because I take her out more frequently. She may not need to go out. It's just I'm trying to learn her schedule, and I don't want her to have accidents in the house. Anyways, they were concerned about a crystal in her bladder, and I'm going to do some research to see if I can find ways, like, find things naturally to give to her to help her if she does pass those, because they wanted to do, like, x-rays on her, and then they said if she does have those, they want to do surgery on her. And I'm not for sure about that, because, like I said, she is an older dog, And I know that older dogs, it's not uncommon for them to pass away on the surgical table. And I want that to be a last resort if I can't help her on my own, because they just want to do the surgery. They didn't even give me an option about, putting her on something to help her break up those crystals. And they said that the only thing dangerous is she got a blockage, like if she stopped urinating, and she still urinates pretty well. And they said they weren't even for sure if she had one. So I was like, I'm going to try to do some stuff on my own to help her. Because she doesn't act like she's in pain. Like I said, she still urinates fine. So, and I'm just worried about her passing if they did decide to open her up. I don't, she's a pretty fragile dog, so I don't want to take the chance of that. And also her teeth are pretty bad, which I probably will at some point try to get her teeth fixed. Alright, so I like how this is look. This palette is very neutral, if you hadn't noticed. That's why it's called the Nudes, Natural Nudes. I like it. So far it's blending out really well, pretty pigmented. I know to some people it may look very boring, but this is like, if I didn't have any other palettes, I would just use this up every day, because it's just, I love the colors of this. Alright, so I think I'm going to go into this sparkling sand over here and use this as my topper shade. See how these work. So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. I've been taking care of her, trying to get her used to us. I think she's really starting to, I guess, bond with us, because the vet was like, has she bonded with you guys yet? And I was like, I had only had her for 5 days before I took her to the vet, because I really needed to get her nails trimmed, and I was too scared to do it on my own. I don't like trimming dogs' nails. I have a nail filer that I use on my dog, Shippo, that works great, but her nails were so long that it would take forever to file them down, and I was kind of worried, because the nail filers, they do kind of like, I would assume they kind of heat up the nail after a while from filing, and I was afraid of hurting her, and I was just like, you know what, I'll just take her into the vet, and they can probably do it. And they did. They could only cut back to so far, because they said that her nails, because they're so outgrown, the blood kind of like will move up in the nail, and they can only trim them back so far before they might accidentally cut her, so I'm supposed to take her back in again to get them trimmed again. Anyways, I asked if she had bonded with us yet, and I said that she she'll lick, like I said, she's doing a lot better since that visit, but she licks us, like if she's walking by us, she'll lick her toes or something. It's kind of weird, but I think it's like showing that she likes us or something, I don't know. I still have to be careful, because sometimes if I reach out to pet her or something, she'll kind of like, she's never bit me, but she'll like nip at me. I think it's because I like startled her or something on accident. And it may just be because she doesn't completely trust us yet, but she does come up to me a lot more than she used to now. And she doesn't freak out when I pick her up, because I usually keep her with me throughout our house, and we do have an upstairs, so I'm not going to attempt to try to teach her to go up the stairs, because her balance is so bad. I'm afraid that if she tries to go down them on her own, she'll fall. So I just carry her up and down the stairs. Alright, so I put that shade on, and I actually really like it. I think I'm going to go into the inner corner with this, well, I'll probably do that in a minute. Yeah, I think I'll just deepen up the corners again. So it has been kind of an adjustment for my other dog, because he used to be the only fur baby in the house, and now he has a sister, because, like I said, I don't know if I said it or not, we do plan on keeping her. I'm going to try to keep her. I honestly don't. I hope that she has many more years ahead of her, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we only had her for about 2 years before she probably passed away or something. I don't know. She's so frail looking. I hope she's healthy, and the vet said that she was pretty much healthy, just aside from those couple of things that I said that were wrong with her. But just going to try to give her the best life we can while she's here. Alright, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my eyes off camera, kind of do my bottom lash line, put mascara and eyeliner on, and then I'll be back to try out the last product. Alright, eyes are all done, and the last product I have to try out is a lipstick, and I'm not sure what shade I want to try out. This is from Doll 10. I got, like, it was like a bundle of like 4 or 5, and I got it from like BoxyCharm pop-up deal. So this is the shade Guava Kiss. I either have that one I want to wear or Watermelon Bliss. They actually both look very similar. Anyway, so this is the brand from Doll 10. Never tried anything from them, so thought I'd try one of these lipsticks out today. They're both really pretty and they both look like a nice nude. So I'm not sure. I think I'm going to go in with Guava Kiss. I think it's more of a nude. The other one's more like a pinky nude and this one's more like a nude. Very creamy. It's like creamy, but it's like glossy at the same time. It's a nice mixture. It's called a lip smoothie, is what they call it. The formula, I guess, is a lip smoothie. Interesting. Yeah, I think that's a really pretty color. So, yeah, that is all the items that I'm going to be trying out today. I guess to just finish out my story about Wanda, like I said, we're going to keep her comfortable, happy, try to give her as much love as possible. Like I said, it feels like, just from looking at her, it looks like she's come from like a rough background. I kind of suspect that maybe she was owned by an elderly person who just couldn't quite give her the attention and the care that she needed, and I'm wondering if maybe that elder person passed away, and then if she, someone had to take care of her, maybe they couldn't, and they just ended up dumping her, unfortunately. I understand if people can't take care of dogs and things, but I don't agree with dumping them. I think dumping them is a horrible way to get rid of them. I think you should just probably surrender them to an animal shelter, preferably one that does like a no-kill thing. So we're just going to try to keep her happy, give her as much love, like I said. I'm just really glad that I came across her and nothing else had happened to her because, like I said, I live out in the country and she's a small dog. Small dogs don't usually survive out here just from wildlife and stuff. We have coyotes and things, and yeah, it's not good. But yeah, so let me go through the products. I know I got off on topic. Alright, so I tried out the bronzer. I like it. I think it looks nice. I don't think it's anything like unique or anything. Like, it's nice and everything. I think just the unique thing about it is the smell of it and the packaging. It's coffee themed. But like the actual like color and formula wise, I feel like it just seems like one of their other butter bronzers, but that's just my opinion. I know they had several other ones, and I may pick up some other ones to try out. But I do like this one. If I didn't have any butter bronzers, I would for sure be using this a lot, and I am going to keep using it. But I don't regret buying this. I think it is a nice one, and it's probably a limited edition, I would assume. But I do think the packaging and the theme of it is pretty fun. The blush, I did really like the blush. I only used about 2 shades out of the 4. Like I said, that one's kind of intimidating because it's like that bright like pink. But I'm sure I can mix them. And like I said, they do smell like strawberry, so I kind of do like that. I think the highlighter is honestly the only thing I didn't really care for. It's not bad, it's just too glittery for me personally, but it does like add a nice shine to the face. I'll still use it and stuff, but I just wish it didn't have so much glitter in it. I was hoping it was just like the top layer glitter and then the rest of it would not be that way, but I mean, maybe it is. Maybe that's just a really big, no, I don't think it's got glitter throughout it. It's not bad. I'll probably use it for a while, but I wouldn't be too surprised if I decluttered it because it's just not my favorite. I really, really like the palette. I definitely think it's worth picking up if you're a big neutral fan because this is just a perfect everyday palette in my opinion. Every shade that I would need is in here, and then I love the shimmers. You get quite a selection. Like you get a bronzy, like a like a raspberry color. I'm just calling it. I'm very bad at describing colors, if you haven't noticed. And of course you have your golds, even a light and a dark gold, and these copper kind of, is that copper? Bronzy, I think that'd be bronzy. Like I said, I'm really bad at describing colors, but really enjoyed the formula. I love the color selection. I just love the look of this palette. So I'm really, really happy that I got this. Definitely one that I would suggest picking up if you can find it on sale. But I paid, what is it, $48 for this? I guess if you want to splurge, it's definitely worth it. It's just, you know me, I'm cheap. I want to get things on sale. But it is a very pretty palette. The lipsticks I did really like. I only tried the one shade, the Guava Kiss or whatever you say. Definitely very comfortable. Like I said, it's like a gloss. It's like a lipstick with like a nice shine to it. If you don't like shines and you prefer mattes, I don't think you'll like this, but it's very like light on the lips. I really like the shade. I'm curious to try the other shades out. But yeah, that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up because that really does help out my channel here. And also let me know down in the comments what you thought of the products that I tried out today. Have you tried any of these products out? Do you like them? Let me know down in the comments because I love chatting with you guys down there. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. And I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!